If you've ever worked a 9 to 5 in America, you know this truth. The dress code is business casual, but the politics are gladiatorial. This story starts the way a lot of corporate horror stories do, on a Tuesday, in an open-plan office that smelled like burnt coffee and quiet resentment. I worked at a mid-sized company that loved buzzwords more than raises. "We're a family here," leadership liked to say, which should have been my first red flag. I was a high performer, the kind who volunteers for stretch projects and actually believes hard work gets noticed. Naive. Adorable. Dangerous. For 6 months, I poured myself into a proposal meant to fix a bleeding department. I skipped happy hours. I answered emails during Sunday football. I tweaked slides while reheating cold Chipotle at 10 p.m. This wasn't just work, it was my shot. And sitting 2 desks away was Mark. Mark wore Allbirds, talked about his Peloton stats, and had a gift for sounding smart without saying much. He called me crushing it. He asked to sanity check my slides. He nodded earnestly in meetings like a man taking mental notes. Turns out, he was taking actual notes. The day of the big presentation, leadership flew in. The kind of meeting where people suddenly wear blazers and pretend they love Excel. I walked into the conference room late, bathroom line, of course, and froze. My slides were on the screen. My charts. My phrasing. My dumb joke on slide 5 that I knew was dumb but kept anyway. Only one thing was different. Mark's name was on the title slide. He didn't even flinch when he saw me. "Morning," he said, like he hadn't just committed professional identity theft. I sat through that meeting in silence while my work got applause. My manager nodded approvingly. A VP said, "Great thinking, Mark." Something inside me snapped, but quietly. Here's the thing no one tells you about betrayal at work: reacting emotionally is exactly how you lose twice. So I didn't confront him. I didn't call him out. I didn't cry in the bathroom or vent on Slack. I went home, ordered Thai takeout, and got strategic. That night, I became a digital archaeologist. I pulled Google Doc version histories. Slack messages where Mark said, "Can you send me the latest draft?" Emails where I shared decks labeled final_v3, a lie, but you know. I built a timeline so clean it could have been used in court. And then, I waited. Because in corporate America, thieves eventually get exposed when they're asked to actually understand what they stole. 2 weeks later, leadership wanted a deep dive. Numbers. Risks. Contingency plans. The stuff you only know if you built the thing from scratch. Mark started sweating. "Hey," he said, hovering by my desk, lowering his voice. "Quick question on slide 12. Can you explain the assumptions?" I looked up slowly. "Of course," I said. "Happy to help." That afternoon, I sent an email. Polite. Professional. Calm enough to pass HR scrutiny. I CC'd my manager. Attached. Original files. Version history. Time-stamped drafts. Slack screenshots. For context, I wrote, "These are the source materials I developed and previously shared. Let me know if you'd like me to walk leadership through my thinking directly." I didn't accuse. I didn't insult. I let the evidence speak. The fallout. The room got very quiet after that. Meetings were scheduled. Then rescheduled. Mark stopped making eye contact. Leadership started asking careful, pointed questions, the kind that don't end well for people who bluff. By Friday, my manager pulled me aside. Apologies were issued. Oversight was mentioned. Credit was publicly corrected in the next meeting, awkward, but glorious. Mark was reassigned to a role, better aligned with his skill set. Translation: fewer meetings, no visibility, and 0 opportunities to steal. I didn't get revenge the Hollywood way. I got something better. Ownership. Trust. A reputation for being thorough, and not someone you cross. I led the next initiative. Then another. When layoffs came months later, my name wasn't even whispered. Mark's was. Here's what I learned in the American workplace. Loud anger gets you labeled difficult. Silence plus documentation gets you promoted. The best payback isn't humiliation, it's elevation. And if you ever feel that cold moment when you realize someone stabbed you in the back, don't panic. Open a folder. Name it receipts. And let patience do the talking. Because sometimes, the sweetest revenge is watching karma use your PowerPoint.